first thing we need to understand is the concept of expected value and variance. Now, of course, we've already talked about the mean, okay? And we have talked about variance and standard deviation. However, we do need to involve probabilities at this point. So the way we're going to calculate expected value is we're going to say E of x, i.e. the expectation of x, will be the summation of I equals 1 to n of the probabilities of getting a certain x, right? So the probability of getting a certain outcome times that certain outcome, right? So what we are basically saying is you're going to be given some probabilities, you're going to be given some outcomes as well. You're going to have to take the probabilities, multiply them by the outcomes, and then sum them across all observations. Well, how about variance? Variance, as we know, is measuring variability, right? It's the square of standard deviation. And we can calculate the variance of x, and that'll be given by the expectation of the deviation of x from its mean squared, right? So we're basically trying to look at the deviation of x from its mean squared. Okay, so if we expected value, I've got 4 probabilities, 30, 20, 15, 35. So this could be, for example, states of the economy and the outcome for our stocks. For example, this could be earnings per share in different states of the economy. So we've got 4, 30, 125, 60, and 340. And in column F, we will simply take the probability and multiply by the outcome. We're going to do this across 4 observations. And then we're going to add this column. And our expected value will therefore be 356. Now, if we're using Excel, we can use a more elegant formula, which is the sum product formula. So I'll quickly show you that as well. So if you just start typing sum pro and then press tab to autocomplete, you will then have to use 2 or more arrays. Well, in this case, array number 1 will be the probabilities. Separate arrays with commas. So there's your second array. So essentially each element of the first array will get multiplied by the corresponding element in the second array. So if we close the sum product and hit enter, we should be getting the same answer with the sum product formula. Okay, so that's expected value. It's simply a weighted average where the weights are the probabilities. So no big deal. Now, standard deviation using probabilities. And notice here, big spoiler alert, TIBAT plus a professional can do this. So don't worry, you won't have to do it in this particular way I'll show you. This is just, just understanding really what we're doing. So same probabilities and same outcomes. We're going to take each outcome and subtract the mean, which you've already calculated. So this is going to give me my deviations. Okay, well, you can see some of these deviations are negative. So you know the drill. We have to square our deviations so they all become nice and positive. And in column H, I am going to weigh the square deviations by the probabilities. So take column D and multiply by column G, right? And again, you could do this with the sum product function if you so desire, right? And then you're gonna add that column here. That'll be your variance. But of course, we're not looking for variance. We're looking for standard deviation, which will be the square root of variance. And here is our answer, 1.383. Right, so this is pretty long. And of course, it's okay if you've got Excel, but if you don't have Excel and you're in the panic of a clock ticking on exam day, you probably want to have a nice strong ally next to you